Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 61 now of the Southampton Football Manager series. As you can see, off screen has just been a little bit successful as we sit top of the league with a B as his managed performance rating, and I'll show you how that came around. So the poll off screen went a bit one-sided. I mean 100% to playing 3 or 4 games off screen. So I've played 4 games like I will do all season now. And the first one being Crystal Palace, who were 3rd at the time when we were 4th. A 2-0 win with Ross Barkley and Patrick Catrone getting the goal. He has been amazing off screen to get us that victory. Then we moved on to Sunderland, my old team, my bogey team. We went 1-0 up through Catrone, 1-1, 2-1. 2-2, just straight after they were just scoring. I mean, one were an own goal, but then in the 90th minute, Patrick Catrone taps off his hat-trick with a beautiful goal. And that beautiful goal went into the next game with Patrick Catrone scoring again in the 19th minute, but then Alex Mixkin scoring for Charlton. These had a really good team. They had all players like Ballymumba, who we know from our days at Sunderland, and they had Javi Gracia as the manager, the old Watford one, so they were a team not to be tampered with, doing well in the league as well. But then we can't say the same for Cardiff, who were near that relegation zone after we beat them 2-1. James Ward-Prowse scoring with Oscar Bob straight afterwards, and Cadiz getting one after half-time, but it wasn't enough for the Cardiff team. And at the start of today, we actually travelled down to Wales. When they came to us, we have to go back to them, as we play Swansea away at the Liberty Stadium, followed up by Wigan at home at the St Mary's, and then ending the episode off with Sheffield Wednesday at the St Mary's as well. And I'd just like to say, I didn't show you this last season when we were fighting for the league, but Southampton have never actually got the honour of winning the Championship. They've only won League One, and that's it. A couple of like Southern Premier League things in the non-league. They've won the FA Cup once, but how good would it be for us to win the Championship in the first time? And you never know, Premier League, if we can stay in it. Nah, that's a huge ask, because I'm going to show you the team for the game against Swansea in Wales. We've got a 2-week break, the international break before this, but this is the team. We've got Hansen in the net with Tony, Soyuncu, Goldson and Gotts at the back, with Ward-Prowse and Robertson in the midfield. Bob, Barkley and Davies, the reliable 3 in the cam/wing roles, with Catrone up front, hoping to score 13 in his next game. I don't mean 13 as in 13 whole goals in one game. That would be ridiculous. I mean his 13th goal of the season. And after last episode, all that transfer and takeover business, we've actually been offered a new contract. I will start the negotiations. 35 grand. I am not going to turn that down. Don't really care about how much I get paid. Players are a bit more important than me. As long as I'm in a job, I am happy. And it looks like we'll be staying at Southampton. We could still move on to a better team. I don't know if I want to. If I go up to the Prem, I think I'd give it another shot. But that's really good to see that this career mode will carry on. Come on, boys. I've told them to do it for the fans. I have faith in you all that we should be getting the victory here in Wales. And look at that, Patrick Bamford. Good to see you again, mate. You've been around the block a bit at Bristol, now at Swansea. He's enjoying his life down in the south. But can we make it worse for him? Goldson, after signing a new contract in the week, actually. I don't know how much he's getting from it, but it's an extra 3 years. Gives the ball forward, Catrone to Ward-Prowse, through to Catrone. That should be his 13th, but it's a good save. Corner though, so we've still got a chance to score. Ward-Prowse whips it in straight over everyone. And 25 minutes in, we've got another highlight. We've had 7 shots, they've had 2. So we are dominating the game so far. Bob into Ward-Prowse, out wide to Tony, who's been good in training lately. Can Tony put a ball in? He can to Davies at the back post. And that's his 3rd goal of the season. Alphonso Davies, after a bit of a dip in form, gets another goal. Tony has got a 9.3 in training of recent weeks in that international break, so he's been doing well. And that is a perfect ball to Davies, who just heads it past Wallacott. But now they've got a free kick. Callum Styles to whip it into Hall, and it's over the bar. First big chance from them. But can we get a goal just to kill the competition off, like we did against Preston early on, as Bob gets the header, which was bad, and that is a poor shot. Actually, it's a free kick, and Ward-Prowse is stepping over, and it's hit the post. Big chance for Prowse. Free kick for Prowse. Again, whips it in. Goldson was waiting. It goes to Bamford on the edge. They're trying to get a counter off, but it's hit number 5, Soyuncu, who puts it over to Davis, into Catrone, and he's got that 13th goal that I said he needed, and it's 2-0 to us in Wales. Amazing performance. Typical of us in the Championship. We have been dominant in most of us games. Of course, there was the blip against Millwall and we lost 3-1, but Catrone with a decent pass into the bottom right corner. They've still got a highlight though before their half-time whistle goes. Coffey with the ball down the wing, gives it into Darcy. I think he's caused us a couple of problems before. Peterson with the ball over the top. He's got a chance to put it back in. Styles hits it from range. It was a bit of a lag spike, but he has scored the goal. Got to tell him not to be complacent at half-time. We have conceded here just before the half-hour mark, and it's Callum Styles who has been involved in most of the play. Beautiful hit on his left foot. Can't do anything about that. And it is half-time, 2-1 to us, 13 shots. But of course, we didn't want to concede that goal. Passionately say we're capable of even better in this game because kind of should be wrapped up already. No highlights so far in the second half. Going to make some changes. Going to give Abu Jallo a bit of game time. I'll keep Catrone on because of how well he's playing. And I'll give Petrovic a bit of time. I know it's a bit risky, but Goldson, he's getting old. So I'm going to give Petrovic some time. And what a mistake that was. He's gone on and cut his hand open straight away. I mean, come on, Nenad. You shouldn't be doing that. Also, I don't want to switch the defence out too much, so I'll give Gabriel Martinelli a chance on the wing. Last 5. Been a really quiet second half of the game. I'm going to motivate him for the last couple of minutes. Get creative. Maybe another goal, but it's not to be. We get the 2-1 win anyway. We have won the game. Would have liked a couple more goals. Wasn't convincing. A very nice victory. Well done, though, nevertheless. And that should take us top spot again. Alphonso Davies needs a rest. I'll tell him he can have one. And yes, we're back to first place only by 1 point. And we have lost more games than Notts Forest. The draw's costing them. Only 1 draw for us all season. Come on, make your mind up, Jody Morris. Do you want to stay or go? I'm proud he's linked with jobs, but if it were just to go, I'd let him. He's a good assistant, although he tells me some weird stuff at half-time to say. And this is the team that we're going to play for the game against Wigan. Hansen in the net with Tony, Soyuncu, Goldson and Gotts at the back, with Robertson and Ward-Prowse in front of him, Bob, Barkley and Davies in the cam/wing role, and Catrone up front. It's the same lineup, hoping for the same result, but maybe a few more goals. And as a coach, I might go ahead and get this guy, Jose Fonte. I think he might be a Saints legend. I know he's played for him a couple of years. Don't know if the fans would class him as a legend, but I'm going to give him the coach's job if he wants it. And here we go into the next game against Wigan. They've got a decent team as well. I know they've got the likes of like Hepburn Murphy and stuff like that. Notts Forest still not played the game in hand, so whoever wins this will be top. And they have got a decent front three. Kiefer Moore, Hepburn Murphy and Adam Reach. I skipped past it though to get to the team top. We should be playing this comfortably and we'll win the game. But hopefully they'll listen. 4 minutes in as well and Oscar Bobbs took a knock. Should be able to play on. Hepburn Murphy's done the same. Don't be a game of injuries. We've got a highlight on the 18th minute mark. It went to Bob, the injured one, as Goldson picks up on it. Gives it to Ward-Prowse. Soyuncu now. He can whip a ball in, but Ward-Prowse is better and he's been dispossessed. Up the wing to Hepburn Murphy. Beautiful touch to get away from our defender. Hepburn Murphy keeps on going, hits it, and Hansen has to save it. Looks end to end as Hepburn Murphy gives the throw into Reach. He's got a chance to put the ball in though. Hepburn Murphy does to Kiefer Moore and it's over the bar. They have been putting a bit of pressure on though, the away side. As Ward-Prowse gives the ball to Bob. Bob behind him to Tony. Tony through to Bob. Can we whip a ball in? Davies is lurking and he's got exactly the same goal he scored in the last game. And it's his 4th now. Oscar Bob, what a revelation he has been. But Tony, look at that pass. I mean, Bob probably shouldn't have got to it. The acceleration was magnificent to the other winger to head it past Palmer. Corner ball as well. Ward-Prowse to whip this in. Soyuncu arriving. Goes to Connor Goldson. The other centre-back puts it back out wide to Ward-Prowse. Chance to put the ball in the box. Gives it to Soyuncu. Come on, lead to something, Ward-Prowse. And you're just going to keep playing 1-2s. Actually, we've got it in the box. Barkley to Davies to Robertson. Over the top to Bob. Can whip a ball in. Bob to Davies at the back post. He scored the Is this deja vu? Scored exactly the same goal he has done already in 3 times this episode. It's amazing. Bob again with the cross to the other winger. And Davies just pokes it in. Half time and we're 2-0 to the good Wigan. I think they had a push in like the 18th minute, but apart from that, they have been very weak. We've been the better team. Very pleased with the performance, lads, but you've got to keep it up. We've got another throw in here. Gotts gets it back from Robertson. They have a partnership, them two. There's a look for Catrone. Doesn't go to him. Ross Barkley to pick it up. Robertson. Back to Robbie Gotts. Robertson, can you just put a killer ball to Catrone? No, he does it to Bob instead. Bob through on goal. Oh, and it almost deflected to Davies again. Substitution time again. And I'll give Catrone a rest because he hasn't scored in this game. put Jallow on as an advance forward, and maybe Jack Turner, the youth player for Ward Prowse. Palmer with the goal kick. Don't make this nervy again as Voskins comes on for the away side. An ex-Southampton left-back, a good youth prospect, which I thought I would have when I arrived here. And he'd moved on to Wigan, it looks like, as Tony has the ball coming forward into Kaglar Soyuncu, into Ivan Toney. Not Ivan Toney, just Tony this time. And Soyuncu gives it back to Hansen. Come on, one killer ball through to Jallow. Get him off the mark this season. But that is not a killer ball. Exactly the opposite as Kultras comes through and a big save to make up for it. Hansen collects the ball in the 78th minute. We've just put Martinelli on for Davies as well. I don't know if the change has gone through yet though. As Tony has the ball to Soyuncu. And the ball's been stolen off him. Kiefer Moore with a good interception and shoots from range. He's been known to score them, but he doesn't this time. Last minute of the game. They're not getting back into it. Can we get another goal though as Soyuncu hits the side netting? Unlucky for the big man at the back, but the full-time whistle has been blown. A 2-0 win against Wigan. Very convincing. 15 shots. We are piling them up. We should be scoring more though. Well done lads though. Nevertheless, a big 3 points. A lot of players needing a rest though. Bob on 62% condition. Or the defence as well. We might need to make changes for the Sheffield Wednesday game. I've just had a complaint from Chelsea. Completely forgot about this guy. 3-star, 20-year-old. Is kind of behind Jallow though, Andy Clark. But he wants more game time. And when Bob needs a rest, we want to go to his next man, Patrick Roberts. And he's out for 4 to 5 weeks. That's a shame. I'm going to say just focus on the recovery. And the team, although they're like bench players and should be good enough, looks very weak to me. We've got Hansen in the goal with Chambers, Petrovic, Goldson and Yadom at the back. A very old back four, apart from Petrovic, who's very young, with Hodge and Ward-Prowse in the two CDM positions. Major comes in for his first game of the season with Martinelli and Jallow, so it's a completely different camp and wings role, with Catrone staying up front though. That man never tires. And Pavelursa, forgot we sold him to these. Joe Lolly as well, they're really the main players for them. Not a lot of special talent in the Sheffield Wednesday lineup. I'm going to say we should win this fairly comfortably again. And a highlight straight away as McGilvray for Sheffield Wednesday sends the ball forward. Gets it back though. Oh, I thought we were going to nick in there. But Morgan Fox now at left back. Gives it to Sotona. Ante Pavelursa over the top to Rothwell, the striker. Takes a dodgy touch. Gives it to Sotona though. And this weak team looks very weak as Pavelursa hits the post. Ante Pavelursa with the ball again. He's running the show against his old team here. So he tries to put the ball to Rothwell. We get in there. Major heads it forward to no one. Adam Webster, actually. He's a name I recognise as Tavares puts it over the top to Rothwell. And he strikes it first time past Hansen. We're behind against Sheffield Wednesday. Oh dear. Oh dear. Of course it's one of his old players to haunt us. The playmaker in the midfield. Tavares with the ball over the top to Rothwell. And that strike was too much for Hansen. Oh well, we dropped to second in the league. I made a lot of changes though, but the fatigue is a real problem. Pavelursa with the ball again to Tavares, who looks over the top. Petrovic to just run in and collect. To Chambers, who I brought in for a first choice and is second to Tony, so he hasn't been a particularly good signing. As Jallow has the ball again, running infield from the wing. He's going to give it to the other wing, isn't he? Yes, he gives it to Chambers. Now Hodge on the ball. The player runs straight past him. Petrovic, we're being patient as Rothwell steals it off our youngster. Running through on goal, Rothwell. It's wide. Too many costly mistakes, and we are actually deservedly behind. I'm going to be aggressive. Where is his passion, lads? Do we want to win? Oh dear, it looks like it hasn't woken up. They're getting a chance straight away. Actually, Catrone with the ball now forward as he's won it. Just keep on running. Do what Rothwell did. Hit it across net. There we go. McGilvray makes the save though. Oh, Fisher with the throw-in. I'm going to make changes, definitely. As Pavelursa with the ball. Gives it to Sotona. Has the shot. Chambers blocks up to Catrone. He's actually got the ball. Out to Jallow. Number 19's running through. Can we find someone? Jallow goes inside and hits the post. That is so unlucky. Time for the changes, though. We need a big result. Andy Clark. Make yourself a Southampton hero. I might actually sign you in the summer if you can do well. And can we get a chance straight away? Hodge with the ball. Gives it back to Yadom. Makeshift left back, puts it in the box to Major, doesn't reach him. And now we've got a big gap in his midfielders to come forward. Over the top to Joe Lolly, running through, 15's tracking him, Yadom. Yadom's made the tackle twice and they've still got the ball. Tavares into Ante Pavelursa, back to Tavares, over the top to Sotana. And I knew as soon as he touched that down perfectly, they were going to score. It is 2-0. Oh, dearie me. This first defeat in ages in the Championship. We're going to fall to second as well. Notts Forest are putting up good competition again this season. And we're behind. Highlight from kickoff though, as I've just put us on very attacking. If it could be our goal, we could still get back into this game as Yadom has it. Puts it across the field. That is shocking. Still got it though. Chambers to Petrovic. Out to Major. Major, come on. Put a good ball through to Catrone. Good touch. Put it in the box, please. Come on. To Jallo. Jallo, run through. Major in the box. And how's he missed that? Had the whole net to aim at. Come on. Hodge. Put a decent corner in though. Major again. Got to be taking some chances. It looks like we're going to take the L on this one. Changed the team too much, didn't I? As Fisher throws it into Flowerdew. Galloway off the bench. Back to Fisher. Puts the ball in. Petrovic away. Jallo. Come on. Let's break. Get a goal here and we put the pressure on. Yadom up to Gordon. Steve Gordon. What can he do? Gordon with the ball in the box to Andy Clark, who scores on his first Southampton appearance. Goal from the loanee. Come on. We build. We build. We can get a draw out of this. Come on. Steve Gordon, the youth player, with a beautiful ball in. He looks like a good prospect. On loan at Bolton last season, but Andy Clark's finish was spectacular. Come on, very attacking, please. We've had more shots now with a better team in this second half. Show some passion. Last added time, come on. Added time, please, please, please. Oh, we've lost 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday. A mediocre team. Going to be aggressive. That wasn't good enough, I'm afraid. Should have won the game. Clark scores on his Southampton debut. He's worth 10.5 million. He'll have to score more goals to prove that margin for me if I want to buy him in the future. As we look at the league table, of course, we are second by 2 points now. Notts Forest still lost one game all season. Reading not that far off, and we are only, 7 points off West Brom, so it's not even certain that we're definitely going to get in the playoffs, which is our expectations, because every team seems to be winning. We play Blackburn next, who are in 6th, so it's not going to be easy. But unfortunately, that is off screen. So I hope you have enjoyed episode 61 of the Southampton Football Manager series. Like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more future daily football gaming content. And I will see you all in the next one. In a bit, peace.